Okay, so now it's going to be coming down to putting the switch on the pump. The switch is going to be a little different in each scenario. Typically, we're always going to try and use our mechanical switch here. And then if this doesn't work, we could always go ahead and put on our vertical switch. The reason why the mechanical switch wouldn't work would be if the pump for the switch to kick on, if it's going to hang up inside the pit, or if it's a shallower pit, this doesn't have enough room to come up to kick on. To install this though, we're going to open our bag here. This has a clip on here. So we're going to be putting a clip on here. So the tether length on here is going to be a minimum of about 3.5 inches. And when you're measuring for that, you're going to measure from this clip here to the switch right here. So right now we're at 3.5. And then depending on your pit that you have, you're going to determine your switch location. One thing with these pumps, this is going to come up and discharge, then as this comes down, it's going to shut the pump off. So you have to be up so high here, because if you're down here, when this kicks off, the water level will be too low to activate this pump. So it has to stay at least 3.5–4 inches off of the bottom of the pit. So you're going to come up here. Typically you're going to want on an ejector pit the switch to kick on before 17 inches. That's typically where your inlet is at on the ejector pits. Some pits it's going to be a little different depending on which one you're working on. So then you take your clamp here, this is just the 5/16 nut driver that we're going to tighten this down with. Check your measurements here. So right now this is kicking on at about 19 inches, so we could lower it down a little bit. So now our switch is kicking on at about 17 inches and still turning off before we're below the pump here. So that's how we would want to do that one.